Hello. Today I want to discuss about a very common error in Flutter. That is, let's suppose uh, we have a code here. Now, here you can see a open dialog method. So let's suppose if I show you, if I can click on this button, I can see the dialog here. But let's suppose some of the cases we might require a dialog whenever someone loads a page. So can we do that? Let's try to do that. Let's suppose let's create a in, init function. Now you can see here, as we all know that whenever this stateful widget will be created, the very first function that will be called is init state, and whatever instruction they are given in the init state will be executed in the very beginning. Let's suppose we have created this method openDialog. Let's call this. Now I'm going to hot so hot restart won't work, so I'll reload it. Now you can see this error. So this is very common error. What's happening here is, what we are doing actually right now, we are calling to open a dialog in between the build call. So in this process, actually what is happening, the build the Flutter is in the process of getting this screen, and we are trying to call this open dialog, and you can see this in the open dialog you require a context, and this context which we are giving is given is is the context of this build function. So since we know that this function is not yet created, this build function is not executed yet, so the context is not assigned to this. So this context doesn't exist yet. But still we are calling this open dialog, and it is reference to this context. So that's why we get this error. So the question is, can we create a dialog on opening a screen? Definitely yes. For that, we have another solution. So before calling, when we call init state, inside it, we have another function that we can call to run it. We can inform the Flutter that we want to create this uh, actually the dialog. But when do we want to create? We want to create after all the screens, all the UI building is done. So you can see, okay, so this error is related to this null safety. So we'll just do a null check, and let's put this function inside this. Now I'm going to again restart this, and you can see it's worked. So what is happening here? We can see the dialog whenever a new screen is loaded. We can also click here and we can open the dialog. So in here you can see I'm going to show you the error once again with command break. And let's restart it. So you can see here, depends on inherited widget typically localized was called before demo init state completed. You can go through the message, you can read the message, and it will, by this message you will come to know that you're trying to create a dialog before even the UI building part is done. So why this is very common? Because when you try to create, whenever we, let's suppose some of the time, you will go with the provider, and you will do state management, and in between the process, you sometimes require to change the state, or change the value of a variable, uh, which kind of a like reactive variable, which can be displayed on the screen, which is being displayed on the screen, and during that process, you might get some different kind of errors, some different errors, but the approach is completely same. You might get a error that is setState or markNeedsBuild called during build. So in that situation also, you can try this approach and resolve your error. Okay, thank you.